Hi guys, it's me again, Ruowen Huang. I'm much calmer now, so let's hope the broadcast will be more smooth this time. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today we want to talk about 3-in-1 soul. And where does 3-in-1 soul come from? I want to start this topic by answering a series of questions first. The question is asking me, will we be able to see our loved one from the other world, the other side of the world, if they already reincarnated, right? Will we still be able to see them? If so, is it because they simply the reflection of our conscious, or because they haven't been reincarnated yet? So to answer this question, I'm gonna say yes, you will always see your loved one when you die or when you go to the other side. The reason of that, even if they reincarnated, you will still be able to see them. And then if you really see them, is it because you're conscious or because they still haven't born yet? It's neither. You see them because you really see them. And then based on this question, I'm going to explain why and where does the 3-in-1 soul come from. So-called 3-in-1 is what? Three. It contains 3 elements that is called your future, present, and the past in one soul. While we often have a projection soul, it's just simply present, now, where I am, and only one. It took me a really long time to know it is not soul. It is actually when soul contains 3 elements at once. That is your past, your present, and your future. How so? Here I'm going to explain to you. When I often call you have a greater self, your greater self that I refer to as your spirit guide, that is represent your future, who oversee your big blueprint, where you're going, where your soul is evolving. So who is always overlooking your future, understanding your past, managing your present, but mostly in your future. As a present is usually the conscious, as you know, right? Where I'm living now, who I am right now, me as who I am, what my identity. How this life present is very often got accumulated by all kind of logic, knowledge, like how we were given, like the environment that raised us, or all kind of understanding that we know to create who we are and become our present, right? And then there is part of past. Past is, believe it or not, is the conscious, the basically conscious existence that was left over. Why would they become a leftover? This is the explanation to you. Why we soul, why we human die, we have a soul, right? Ghost, basically become a ghost. When ghosts, before they enter the white light, we actually become a 3 existence that is past. We always have our past memory, and then we got what we are as. No, it's not past. At that moment, you only have you. I'm getting a little bit way over myself. You have your conscious, you create you. You're still living an identity of thinking who you are until you enter the white light. At this moment, you may even see your higher self as a different identity that's guiding you, or even a force. You sense them as a force that's guiding you toward the white light. So what happened is, when you pass through white light, this is where your past, present, and future will become one. That is, before the white light, you were still 3 identity, right? But as soon as you pass that light, then you become 3 into 1. You become one soul. That's when I call you become 3-in-1 soul. I mean, when you become a spirit, then you contain all knowledge of your past, your present, and your future, where you're going. But what we do not know is this conscious, that is, in this particular life, how we are raised, how we were told, our environment, and things like that, somehow couldn't pass through that white light, because that's what we're supposed to learn to let go of. That's what we're supposed to learn to let behind so we can evolve, right? So that memory doesn't mean it's just going to go disappear. No, it then become part of our past. So that's what I want to say as our past. That past will then continue to get accumulated, right, continue to get accumulated due to your life. Does that mean it will disappear? No, it's actually become your part of your database. And I hope one day we come back and talk about this. It become part of your database, and then we will always have that in the back of our head. We just don't know where we hide it, but it's somewhere there, right? So what I'm trying to say is, as a human, we contain three identity in one. We have our past, we have our present, and we have our future. That in the soul level, it represents that as well. That is a greater self, and your past very often represent your inner self, that you call your the one like inner child that I always refer to. And then your ego or your knowledge or something right now represent your present. And you will notice we exercise that all the time. As I often say, in the spirit world, there's no time and space different. It's exactly the same thing that we continue exercising, even in the human life. As you realize, even nowadays you're dealing with something, you have that back of your voice as represent of your past. It's continue telling you, no, you cannot do it. No, you're good enough. No, you're not good enough. No, you're ugly. No, you're too fat. That is your past talking. We continue accessing that information. Does that mean that we never access your past, future? No, we do too. Once in a while, you'll hear a voice say, no, you could do it. No, you could do it. I can see it. I can see it. Even things is not happening, you feel you can see it. So that's exactly what's happening. As you, a living soul, your soul is continuously playing those three roles. So that is when I'm living, being right now, right here, even though right now I'm doing the broadcast with you, my higher spirit, which my spirit guide don't know wherever she is wandering herself about. Probably try to set things up or meet people they had to meet or things like that. Or maybe even have a conversation with my inner child, which is my past. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things going on, whether you humans see or not see, but it is there. So if you start to understand this, I mean, later on, if you really don't understand, we can talk in detail about this. So here, I just want to throw you a concept of this. So if you understand this, then you will understand every incarnation us, no matter whatever you are, you have three identity going on at the same time. So that is, even when you die, and then you going to be reborn, you're reborn into someone else. It can be a dog, tree, or something, whatever you choose, reborn to, or angel, or something like that. Could it be possible, like when in the previous life, your loved one died, would they be able to see you still? Yes, the chance is yes, because very often it's not you as me go see them. It's where my higher spirit, my spirit guide, which is my higher self, go to encounter with them and have that connection with them. You know what I mean? So in some degree, if you are sensitive, you will sense a sense of, you guys must have that random feeling that you don't know where you come from sometimes, right? Like all of a sudden you feel warm, like you might go about your day and all of a sudden you feel like certain warmth, certain connection with people, like you don't even know why, you just don't have word to describe it. The reason of that is because there's some activity that either your future self or your past self is encountering that you are not a present self, that you are not aware of. As I say, our present self only contains 33% of the knowledge, right? So it's hard for us to explain things that we don't know. And very often we explain things based on what we know only. So anyway, so just this quick episode to let you know, yes, it is possible when you die you will see the loved one. Why? Because they don't reincarnate? Not so much. It's very much so you are having a connection with them as a higher self, as their higher self. But because you are very familiar with their spirits, and then higher self very often able to represent themselves the way you are familiar with. That's why you can recognize them. So when you die, you're still able to connect them. So hopefully this episode will give you guys a little bit clue. I know, I mean, it took me a while to finally figure this out. So I understand how it is a little bit over the head or kind of got you confused. But I hope I just right now throw out a seed and let you guys think about it for a little bit. As a living thing, we contain three at once. This three will continue exercise itself all the time. That is our past, our present, and our future. You do as a human. I don't have to talk beyond human. As a human, you do have a gist of it, which at least you know you always carry your past in this life, memory, right? Let alone the beyond life. You have phobia of things you cannot explain, right? Which we continue living our present time with our past memory, our past self, our inner self, inner child, whatever word you call it. Meanwhile, with the guidance of our future self, our greater self, our spirit guide, or whatever you call it. So as a human, we know we have a gist of it sometimes. When we experience something, our past memory will surface, or when we experience something, we seem to have a light or a sign from the future that we believe that's the way we should go. So this is to give you an idea why you're feeling this way. The reason you're feeling this way, because we are a three existent in one. Every soul, I would say every soul, not just human, it applies to every living thing, contain three things in them. They are their past, there's their present, and then there is their future. And then all three things happen at the same time, because within soul, in the soul dimension, there's no limit. There's no limitation between space and time. Time basically don't exist. So anyway, hope this will answer a little question or even make you more confused. I don't know, but I'm sure one day we'll come back and then talk about it, talk more about this and clarify things more for you. I'm working hard today. I feel so too, due to last episode, but but anyway, again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I see you guys next time. Bye.